Welcome back, everyone. In today's lesson, I will introduce you to another fundamental technique for the right hand, the Tiāo for the right hand technique. First, to begin the lesson, some requirements are shown on the screen. Please read them carefully. Okay, same in the previous lesson, you can rewatch it. In the top right corner of the screen, the shoulder joint, upper arm, forearm, wrist, and back of the hand need to relax. We will pluck the string in the range of Yue Shan to the first Hui, which is the sound range with the most standard amplitude. The palm must form a naturally rounded, relaxed shape like this. This method can be considered one of the most challenging and essential methods for the right hand, so you need to practice it multiple times. Okay, to make it easier to understand, let's look at the screen. Take a look at the hand placement in the image. For example, when plucking the fifth string, the index finger and thumb form a circle, while the middle finger gently rests on the third string. The middle finger serves as a support point, but avoid placing the full weight of the right hand on it. While keeping the middle finger in place, the index finger plucks downward at a 45-degree angle. After plucking the fifth string, the index finger will rest next to the fourth string, while the middle finger remains lightly resting on the third string. Now let's return to the lesson. Watch this video to visualize it more clearly. First, cup your right palm into a half-moon shape like this. Position your index finger on the outside of the string, working together with your thumb to pluck the string with force. The part that contacts the strings will be the top of your index finger. The tip of the thumb should lightly touch the base of the index finger. In other words, the thumb provides support to the index finger when plucking the strings and will always move with it. Try making an OK gesture with your hand. This is the correct hand position. Then, naturally curve the remaining two fingers downward. The middle finger should rest gently on the string, separate from the thumb and index finger. Always remember to keep your hand relaxed naturally. The index finger and thumb should form an oval shape, while the ring finger and pinky are slightly tucked in. Since you are new to this, your hands have not yet formed a habit, the palm of the hand is very easy to turn slightly, like this or like this. Looking at it this way, the incorrect hand position becomes more apparent, and this mistake is quite common. At this point, you need to adjust your hand position by rotating your wrist slightly inward. If it turns outward again, simply adjust it back. Your hand position should always form a rounded shape, like the OK gesture. At the same time, you can see where to position your thumb. It should be placed here. The thumb should also always remain slightly curved. While explaining the hand position, take a look at this index finger. Focus on the tip and the outer side of the finger. This is the point where the finger joint works in combination with the support provided by the thumb. At this point, pay close attention to the joint of your index finger, as it determines the force applied when plucking the string. Avoid holding your thumb too tightly. Use the tip of the index finger as the center, and ensure the thumb is not positioned too far from it. This is the correct positioning. When placing the thumb on the index finger, ensure it does not stick out like this, as the positioning affects the force applied by the finger when plucking the string. When placing the thumb on the index finger, ensure it does not stick out like this or like this. Both positions are incorrect, as they affect the force applied by the finger when plucking the string. If you look from the outside, it may seem like the thumb is placed on the joint of the index finger, but in reality, it is positioned slightly lower. Then, I will gently bend the thumb joint. Place it on the index finger and slowly position it on the Guqin. During the practice, always make sure to keep the aperture of your hand. The position of the thumb should not shift up or down. It must stay in this position. When Tiāo, the joint of the index finger should gradually bend. The main force for Tiāo should come from the joint of the index finger, directing the movement outward. Pull your hand back and pluck it out. If you notice that your thumb shifts while plucking, it means the thumb position is not correct and needs adjustment. After that, gently place your hand on the string and pluck. Let me demonstrate. As you can see, my index finger will curve up and strike down at a 45-degree angle. While plucking, keep the back of your hand balanced. Curl your index finger up and pluck. We will notice that after plucking, the thumb extends straight out along with the index finger. The index finger should make contact with the string about 1/3 of the way down from the nail. When it touches the string, if you lower your hand, the force for plucking the string will come from below, pushing upward, which is incorrect. At this point, we need to adjust the position of the back of the hand, keeping it relaxed but not lowering the wrist like this. The hand should remain relaxed, with the middle finger gently resting on the string, slightly curved, allowing the joint of the index and thumb to stretch fully. At the same time, the tip of the index finger should be pointing forward and slightly angled downward. After plucking the string, the index finger should extend to touch the next adjacent string. In the initial stage, you should pluck with moderate force and speed, as you will often hear a loud sound from the string. Although the thumb is placed on the index finger, it doesn't yet fully activate its supportive role. Basically, still use the main force of the index finger. I will practice again. So today's lesson, I introduced the Tiāo method. Now we will learn music notation. The symbol in the red circle above the head means the symbol for earth sound, or san yin. Each dash represents a rest beat. Now please look at the musical sheet. We will read it as san yin, Tiāo string the 7, rest for 3 beats, continue to the end. Read san yin, Tiāo string 6, rest for 3 beats. Okay, at the end of the line you can read as san yin, Tiāo string 1, rest for 3 beats. Practice this 10 times, and then we will move on to finger exercises. Okay, move on to the finger exercise lesson. We will read the music sheet as follows. San yin, Tiāo, string 7, rest for 1 beat. Tiāo string the 5, rest for 1 beat. Tiāo string the 6, rest for 1 beat. Tiāo string the 4, rest for 1 beat. Tiāo string the 5, rest for 1 beat. Tiāo string the 3, rest for 1 beat. Tiāo string the 4, rest for 1 beat. Tiāo string the 2, rest for 1 beat. Tiāo string the 3, rest for 1 beat. Tiāo string the 1, rest for 1 beat. Our lesson for today ends here. Please make sure to thoroughly practice your finger exercises with the sheet music. Also, be sure to check out the next part of the video for additional finger exercises. Goodbye, everyone.